Hey everybody, Shane Presley here with Rock Paper Podcast. Let me tell you about my friends over at Naked Vine, located at 1624 Clarkson Road in Chesterfield, Missouri, serving up all your favorite wine, whiskey, tequila, and local craft beers. I swing by and visit them this week. They got a huge week of live music happening. Thursday, April 4th, my buddy Cree Ryder will be out there. Friday, April 5th, Last Dance tribute to Tom Petty. So all your favorite Petty tunes all night long. And on Saturday, April 6th, I believe this is their debut out there, Falling Fences. That's going to be a big show. Again, all this information and more can be found at nakedvine.net. Be sure to follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And mark your calendar, Tuesday, April 9th. I return to Naked Vine with my singer-songwriter storytelling showcase with Carson Mann, Hillary Fitz, and Jordan Sloan. $5 cover, 7 o'clock start. Come on out. Again, that's every second Tuesday of the month at Naked Vine. Hey, I also want to tell you about my friends, Joseph Meyer Club. If you haven't heard about them yet, you need to go check it out at josephmeyerclub.com and try their brand new aftershave. If you're looking to try it out, there is a code. If you enter at checkout, you can get 20% off, and that's RPPJMC20. Exclusive 20% off for all my listeners. So check that out. It's a great product, smells wonderful, and so pick it up. josephmeyerclub.com, and be sure to follow along with them on Facebook for more info. Enjoy the show, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
My name's Ben. Okay. My name's Ben McGinnis.
And I'm Tyler Andrew.
And we're Calloway Circus, and you're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast, y'all.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with Calloway Circus.
What's up?
Yo.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Yeah.
This is cool. We haven't done a Calloway Circus episode in a long time. So it's cool that we're back here talking about some new music and a big release party and all kinds of exciting stuff. And this is my first time getting to meet Tyler. So yeah, man, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited to be here and getting to catch up a little bit. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, we got a big release party. Let's just dive right into it.
Dive right into it.
It's been a minute since we've released some brand new music. So, this is I'm sure a lot of people are stoked to get a copy of this. So we have 9 bangers. We decided to.
There are 9 bangers. Yeah.
And we got a brand new album. Set. Yeah.
What?
It's got a Z at the end.
Yeah, bangers. Yeah. No, Entropy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And set to release on April 12th.
Yep.
At the Ready Room. We're having a big release party here in St. Louis, Missouri. So let's talk about this night. This is
this night's been a long night coming, I feel like. A long time coming. Yeah, so first of all, the Ready Room, it's our first time playing there. And we're headlining, so that's pretty cool.
So excited.
Yeah. That's the first venue Tyler ever went to.
Oh, nice.
Venue.
What was that show?
It was 2016, Asking Alexandria. It was just them and Promise to Burn and another local. So
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
First
And I've been going to shows there forever now, and it's probably my favorite venue in St. Louis actually. So
Yeah, it's a great rock club.
yeah, it's just I love how big the room is. The stage is it's not alienating how big it is. It doesn't look ridiculous. So
Right.
I think it's gonna be really cool. We got all the homies on the show. So we got Biff, Knarly, and the Reptilians, wicked band, sick live band, great songs, really catchy, and really nice dudes.
Yeah.
They're the best. And Yeah, like I put a show on last summer at the Firebird. It was like just like a Weird United show, and we had a band drop off last minute, and I like literally texted Biff like probably 2 days before, and I was like, "Yo, like last minute, can you hop on this?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, I got you." Like they're just really good dudes.
Yeah.
And so we got Biff, Knarly, we got Relyness, which I don't know too much about, but from what I've heard good things. So I've heard they can, bring a crowd, and they know how to put on a show, and that's really all that matters to us, if you can put on a show.
Yeah.
And then we got Tri-State, which, formerly known as Pure October.
Right.
We played a show with them.
Love those guys.
Yeah, they're the best. We played, my last show with Alec, we played with them at, the Duck Room.
It's an interesting night.
That was actually, Tyler was there that night, he was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pure October.
Yeah, he didn't know who we were.
No,
so
no idea.
that's actually how Tyler became acquainted with, this whole project. But I don't remember that night because I had food poisoning.
Oh man.
Yeah. Have you not heard that legend story?
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah, so it was my last show with Alec. So it was already, emotions high. First time at the Duck Room, so it was like this really big thing. But I woke up that morning. Our like pre-show ritual used to be to eat like Good Sense before every. Oh man, I just called out Good Sense, but whatever. So like we ate Good Sense or whatever. It was all good, and like as we're like packing up, I do not feel like good at all, and I just start yakking like immediately, and I'm like, oh, this is not good, but. So we get to the venue, I get in, I'm like better, like after you throw up, you're like you're like rejuvenated or whatever, and we're all good, and Inner Outlines goes on, like immediately I'm yakking in the green room, in the Chuck Berry, bathroom. I'm just throwing up everywhere, and Pure October, like Spencer from Pure October is just like looking at me like, what, is this guy like gonna die? Like,
maybe.
Yeah, exactly, maybe. So I'm throwing up like crazy and. Like insane, like I didn't know I had eaten. I didn't know I had that much in me.
Yeah.
And I was sweating like nuts, and it was just insane. And so my dad comes in and like wipes me down with a cloth, like an athlete. Yeah. And I go out and do the show.
Yeah.
And I throw up on stage a couple times, but basically I just made it through. And yeah, that was my last show with Alec.
Yeah.
That was the experience. So hopefully this time, I'll be able to like enjoy the show with Pure October or Tri-State. Yeah, so that should be nice to actually be able to see their set and not die.
Not be head in the toilet on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it was not good. Would not recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
one star review.
Yeah. No, 0 out of 5. Yeah. Good Sense is dead to me. I haven't eaten it since.
That's a shame,
Yeah,
man.
it's place.
Actually, no, I did eat it. Yeah, I ate it at we played a show for charity, and they had it for catering, so I ate it.
Yeah.
But they haven't gotten my money since then.
Yeah.
And then we also have CIVL coming in, which formerly known as Civil Youth. I don't know why everybody's changing their name now, but
Right.
yeah, CIVL. It's Mike's new like pop project, but that's how that's where I did this record. I did it in Pennsylvania, and that's they're the reason I did it there. So
yeah, those guys did the show once before too, and they were doing a green. I think we recorded in the green room at the Firebird.
Yeah, we played that show. Yeah.
So it was. I had a fun time meeting those guys. So I'm excited to see what Mike's got up to now with the new band and stuff. And
I mean,
new
like
project.
it's really cool because Evan's still really involved. Evan wrote, has helped write a lot of it. Because Evan's kind of like slipped into a more producer role because he produced my album, and he produced the new CIVL stuff. He's been doing a lot of stuff with Jeff, the other producer I'm working with.
Yeah.
So it's really cool because and the live band for CIVL is actually like everybody who's been involved on this album. It's Evan's playing drums. And Eric, who did all the graphic design for this album, and he did some vocals on the album too, like, he's playing bass. So, like, it's, like, kind of like a little reunion for the whole team that kind of brought this album to life. So,
nice.
Pretty cool. And then, obviously, Calloway Circus.
I think they're on the show.
I think they're on the show. I've heard good things. I don't know. I've never seen them before.
Would not recommend.
Well, we do have $10 tickets available right now. There's Eventbrite link, and so check that out. I now have it all on my page too, and so easy to get a hold of. But yeah, grab some tickets, come out and party, and grab a copy of this new album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty great night. You know, we haven't done a headline show in ages, I feel like, so it'll be good to, you know, kind of like be able to play more songs and play all the new stuff. So should be fun.
Yeah. Well, let's take me back. Being that this is my first time getting to meet Tyler and stuff. How you guys? You said you went to see Pure October.
Went to see Pure October after band practice in my last band, which I'm not gonna name. Went to see them after band practice. It was just a random night, you know, go out to a show like my normal weekend nights, and I saw some band called Calloway Circus, and I was like, something wrong with this band, because frontman kind of looks a little down. And after hearing, you know, the whole thing about it was their drummer's last show, I was like, you know what, this could be a thing. I just kind of had a thought, and I told my friend with me, I was like, yo, what if I join this band? He's like, I think you could do it. And I think I found Ben on Facebook, commented on his Facebook post looking for a drummer.
Yeah, because I was exhausting all resources to find, because it's hard to find, you know, a bandmate, especially when it's a duo.
Yeah.
It's hard to find someone that, you know, you vibe with on an energetic and musical level. So.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of crazy that you guys didn't know each other, and then like just like that, like, hey, maybe I'll be a fit for this, and it's worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I met with a couple drummers. I met with like actually a lot and messaged a lot, you know, and most of them didn't get past the meeting at a coffee shop. Actually, no, all of them didn't get past the meeting at the coffee shop stage, but
I got past.
I met Tyler, and immediately I was like, dude, come play some songs with me real quick. And
blowing some sick clouds.
yeah, exactly. Tyler was vaping up a storm and just slapping the skins.
time.
Yeah, it was insane.
So let alone he can drum, but he's also bringing his own stage show.
Exactly, yeah. We don't need a hazer. We don't need
We
fog.
saved so much money.
Yeah,
Right.
it's all Tyler. Anytime you see fog on stage with us, it's just Tyler.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
No, yeah, it was a really cool thing. I feel like I talk about it a lot with a lot of people. I feel like it was very much like fate. Because like it was so random that he was at that show that night, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it just happened to be the right time, because if it had been any other show, like, it wouldn't have mattered. But
That's that's cool that too. Like, you know, just the, like I say, the fate, the fitting, right place, right time, and then you go from watching the band and now you're in the band. That's
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. That's really cool.
yeah,
So now I guess like a year or something. I guess or something a little more than that. We've been here as is this lineup now?
this lineup has been
almost
since
been a year.
June. Yeah, June
Okay.
of last year. I mean, we've like been like, cause like right after he was in the band pretty soon after Alec left, actually, cause like I had started looking for a drummer when Alec told me he was gonna leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so around a year, yeah.
A couple of nights after the show, I think, is when I hit you up.
Right.
Yeah. So it's our first show together was like in June of last year,
Right.
but like we've been, you know, working.
Practicing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you said you recorded this record with up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so
Talk about that process.
this was a weird process for me. I recorded this record all over the country, actually.
Oh, yeah?
It was really weird. So, you know, last record I did in Edwardsville, Illinois at Bird Cloud with Ryan Wasabo, which was great, but, you know, I was stubborn and 17, so I didn't really listen to him enough, and I probably would have gone back, but, like, basically, so, like, Evan from Civil Youth, like, he was still, like, Civil Youth was still a band at this time, and, you know, Evan basically texted me, was like, we had talked about it before, like, they told me to come out and do music with their producer, Jeff, and I was like, whatever, you know, because everyone thinks their friend's the best, you know, like, they're like, he's really good, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So basically, it kind of came at this time when I was in this darker place. I had written, like, a lot of stuff, because, like, I was just in this kind of darker place, because, you know, Alec left, and it was kind of like this really weird emotional state. So basically, Evan was like, dude, just come out to Philly, we'll hang out, we can do one song, but mostly just, you know, come out and hang out, like, it's cool. So I flew out that time, and that time they weren't in Lancaster yet, they were still in Levittown. So we crashed at Mike's house, and just did one song with Jeff, got to, you know, meet Jeff and figure out, you know, his whole process, and that song ended up being Look What You've Done, the first single we put out for this album, and it was like unlike anything we've done before, and I don't think we're gonna do anything like that again. It's just like it's just really out of the box for us, and I really it felt like a really intense sense of freedom after doing that song. And
well, that's what's cool about a producer like that too. Like somebody who pushes you to do something completely different,
big time,
and just to see what happens.
Yeah, like that song has a blues solo in it. Like Calloway Circus, like that's not like a thing you would think of. But yeah, it was just like it was after that. I just like the spark was there, like instantly. So I was like, all right, let's do more songs. And like originally, I was like, maybe this will be an EP, whatever. So went back out another time, did a couple more tracks, like got like the groundwork for them, and then at that time I was like, all right, this is gonna be an album. Like there's more stuff, like there's more story to be told. And another, like I just kept going back. I think I ended up going like 10 times over the past year.
And all this while in school, like
I wasn't in school until August of last year, because I had taken the year off to tour and stuff. So. But all this while working like a full-time job, trying to pay for the record. So that was fun. So and then, around that time, Tyler and I started, really getting into it and like really getting to know each other more. So the record kind of took a more turn, so I could like, fit more of our style, because I feel like our style is a little bit different than me and Alex's style.
Sure.
But yeah, it's like, and then I did one song. I did Oxygen, the second single we put out. I did that with my friends in Kansas City, or Blue Springs. They're in a band called Roco, and like they're just like really talented producers. They grew up being session musicians, so like they're like amazing. They can play anything, So I went there and did guitars and bass and drums in Blue Springs for that song, and then I did Kind of Myself. I did in Columbus, Ohio, with Jesse Cale, who's he's actually a gold record. He's got a gold record, which is cool. Anytime you can flex with a gold record, I just wanted to drop that.
What's that SNL cowbells?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I put my pants on, I make gold records.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's me right now. I'm trying to flex on everybody. Yeah. But he produced this band called Vespertine, and he was the keyboard player in Vespertine, who we played with before, and I really liked his production style, and I wanted it on that song, so I did Kind of Myself there.
Yeah.
I did that in a couple days.
Let's drop this one in. You said we're gonna leak this one out as an exclusive.
Yeah, here's an exclusive leak of.
No one's ever heard this, not even myself.
That's good.
Wake up at the sunset. I feel like the darkness welcomes me. It seems I've always been upset. Joy has never been guaranteed. Being clinically depressed isn't something that defines me. Focus on getting better. Forget about people trying to be. Taking my time to be kind to myself. All of the line, 'cause I'm finding myself losing my mind, and I'm crying for help. Taking my time to be kind to myself. It feels so strange to function after all the years of disarray. After all this corruption, it feels bizarre to use my brain. It's time for me to face this. No more trying to numb the pain. I don't wanna erase this. I will remember my bloodstream. All the women and all the drama. All the moments I ran to my mama. All the years of emotion and trauma. All the times I was a prima donna. All my stars and all my nightmares. Taking my time to be kind to myself all of the line. 'Cause I'm finding myself losing my mind, and I'm crying for help. Taking my time to be kind to myself. Sick of feeling like I'm out of control, looked in the wrong places to save my soul. My throat is sore from screaming for help, only I can save me from myself. Sick of feeling like I'm out of control, looked in the wrong places to save my soul. My throat is sore from screaming for help, only I can save me from myself. Taking my time to be kind to myself all of the line. 'Cause I'm finding myself losing my mind, and I'm crying for help. Taking my time to be kind to myself. Taking my time to be kind to myself all of the line. 'Cause I'm finding myself losing my mind, and I'm crying for help. Taking my time to be kind to myself.
Yeah, so Kind to Myself will appear on Entropy, and this one I suggested. I picked this one because it stood out to me, especially the lyrics. There's some there's definitely a good message there, and I think it was a unique approach to writing. Like that, I felt like you're more writing to yourself, something,
Yeah.
obviously kind to myself, but like you're saying, there was a lot of stuff that messages we need to hear, It's like sometimes there's all kinds of bad stuff that brings us down, but we need to, learn to be kind to ourselves too, and like have more of a positive outlook on it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. So I really connected to that a lot, and like I said, so it's sometimes you need to hear that stuff. So
Yeah.
hopefully, if anybody else is in that spot and they need to hear this song right now, there it is. So I think it's a powerful message though. So
Yeah.
but is there any I guess you were saying that kind of being in that darker spot and stuff. I guess that was
I think Kind of Myself is one of the earlier songs I actually wrote for the record.
Yeah.
But I was probably in the darkest place I've ever been this past, like a year ago, this time last year. Which is weird because, our whole career, I guess, has been based off me being in dark places. But it was like one of those, like when I got to that place, I was like, wow, like I didn't know what I was talking about before. Like this is some like heavy stuff, you know? Not getting into all of it, but like, dealing with trauma and loss and like just like being let down a lot and doubting myself, and because of that, Kind of Myself was definitely like the most important song that I wrote at that time.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah, I think that's what's about any great artist, is like that you're able to tap into those emotions though and put it out there, and for like me as a listener, like that I can put myself in those situations. It might not be exactly what what you went through, but I can connect it to my own personal story.
Yeah, you can relate and feel it.
So
Yeah.
like I love that.
Sorry.
I love that about it, man. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing about music and stuff. That But we, so that would be available. Well, I guess we are doing physicals, you said?
Yeah, we'll have so Entropy will be on physical, on Spotify, iTunes, all the streaming.
And everywhere on the 12th,
Yep.
nationwide?
Everywhere on the 12th.
Yeah. So we got the big release party. Obviously, it's April 12th, but we do have a couple other things. You said mention in Lancaster. You'll be back up there at the end of April, the 26th, for a show.
Yeah, we're playing a launch festival and conference, which is like it's like a Lancaster staple. They have it every year. It's just like big for, they'll have bands come in, labels come in, companies come in. It's like a very big sponsored, like, it's basically like showcases and like panels.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I've never gone, but Civil's played it before, and like all those guys always talk about it. So
Yeah.
and we got offered to play it, so I was like, why not? Why not go play where the record was born?
Sure.
So yeah, it should be fun.
Definitely. That sounds cool. I mean, and like, I think, obviously you got a little taste of hitting the road and stuff. And
Yeah, this is Tyler's first out of town show, though.
Town show.
Yeah.
That's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I just...
Terrified.
Yeah, right. That's I never got to, obviously I don't play, I don't have a band or anything, but I just imagine that's the dream, man. Getting the load up the van or whatever, hit the roads.
Yeah.
Eating Taco Bell wherever.
Oh god, I think I ate enough Taco Bell for the rest of my life,
Right.
on the road. Yeah, so that should be fun. It's like all the friends from Pennsylvania will be out there, so that should be fun, and like label stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, man. And you have a brand new record to show them now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there you
Sling
go.
it out at them, Yeah. Make it rain.
Then we got May 3rd. You guys are back here in St. Louis at Foo Bar.
Yeah. With our boys in Unimagined.
Boys
Yeah.
and Broken Youth.
And Broken Youth. And who else is on the show?
Skylines. Those are some homies. And then
In Vain is another on tour band. I think what was the other one?
Local.
There's another local.
Couldn't really tell you.
Howl Twins. The Howl Twins.
Okay.
So it's like a heavy show. Like we don't belong on it at all, which is like that's the point.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I dig that I dig mixed genre shows too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just I've thrown a couple parties myself, and I've had from hard rock to hip hop to whatever, mix it all up, and but it's fun too. Like I like that. I like doing that kind of stuff too, just to see. Because I want to introduce my friends to each other, because they all dig their, with it, even though it's not what they play, they still can appreciate the music.
Exactly.
And I like to see, hopefully, that they collaborate later on and make something else cool. So, so I dig that stuff.
I'm trying to get all the bands on stage during our set at some point. I want all the bands to do guest vocals.
There you go. That'll be fun.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. Like
Very excited.
this is our first and maybe only time like actually being featured on a hardcore show, so that should be fun.
It's like a little family reunion for me because I used to be in like a hardcore band and play shows almost every weekend with Broken Youth and Unimagined, so it's going to be like a little family reunion, even though I see those guys pretty often, but I'm so looking forward to sharing the stage with them again.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm just looking forward to, some circle pits, some walls of death,
I love that GIF on. If you guys see that, it's a little like stuffed Tigger or something like that, and he's like bouncing around, and then it just says, "Let's open this pit up" or something like. I don't know. It cracks me up every time I see it, man. Like it's a good one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got some shows. You can get involved socially on your Facebook, Instagram. Keep up for more dates coming soon and everything else. Are you guys? I mean, you're going to Lancaster for that one, but as the summertime, we're looking to hit the road a little more.
Looking to hit the road a little more. Can't talk too much about it, but
Super exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking
to hit the road a little bit more, so that should be fun. Like I really miss tour a lot, obviously. So it should be fun. And I've never toured with Tyler yet, so.
Well, keep an eye out. Calloway Circus coming to a town near you, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and let's drop in another one. Give them another taste of this record, and this is a song called "Gray," and we have a music video coming out on April 5th.
Oh yeah.
So
5th,
yeah,
Friday.
click subscribe on the YouTube and again on the Facebook, wherever you get your videos. And
check it out. It's the greatest video ever shot.
so yeah, if you're listening after April 5th, you can now see it.
Go watch it now.
But you guys worked with Juan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Juan Ibanez.
Yeah,
on the show?
he's incredible. So we actually had talked to him about doing a video for the last album for Teenage Psychopath, and it just never worked out. And then basically he just like hit me up out of the blue one day and was like, "Hey man, haven't heard from you. You want to do a video?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like it was just like a really quick conversation. And then
Happened really quick.
yeah, and I like
Better affected, dude.
yeah, and then he was like, "All right, let me check out your Spotify." And he was like, "Let's do Gray." I was like, "Okay, like I'll let you take over the reins." Like I feel like a lot of times bands will try and like control the video, and for me it's like that's his job.
Sure.
He knows what he's doing. Like obviously we had input.
Yeah.
Like it's our vision too, but at the end of the day, it's his job. He's a
Right.
director. He knows what he's doing.
I'm all about that. Like when I've asked people like make posters for me or different art and stuff, I'm
Yeah.
like, do what you do.
Exactly,
Like,
like-
I'm not gonna tell you what's good or what. You know,
Yeah.
like I like what I believe in you, and like I trust your vision on this stuff.
That's
so,
why I
yeah.
asked you to do it in the first
Yeah,
place.
so-
Yeah. So Juan had a really cool concept. Came to us with it.
Turned out really
Turned out
sick.
so it's so cool. Like I'm really proud of it. It's like definitely next level. It's it's fairly simple. It's not like some crazy concept, but it just looks so good. Like,
Yeah, he does beautiful work.
Yeah.
Every time I see a video drop of his, and I'm just like, he just crushes it every time. So
Yeah.
one of the best in town for sure. So check out Juan Ibanez for all your video needs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Great guy too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Great human being.
Yep. I was telling you guys a little. He's been on the show once before with my boys New Lingo, and we had a great time hanging out. So
I've never felt this before. I feel like I'm done for. I worry every day. Feel like the world's gone gray. And what's the point of all this? This feeling I dismiss. You know you did this to me, and now I hope you can see. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. Feeling like I'm out of control. You're stealing another piece of my soul. I'm needing someone to hold me down. I'm screaming, won't you help me out? I can't keep my mind away. Don't listen to what I say. You're taking my breath away. I just wanna break away. Baby, you're killing me. You know I will never leave. The things that you've done to me, want you to run to me. Filled with anxiety, feeling this fighting me. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. All the things that you said to me, the lies that you fed to me, I swear that you're dead to me. Feel like I'm on ketamine. Want you to remember me, but now I'm a better me. The spot that you'll never see. Blame it on entropy. Just blame it on entropy. Just blame it on me. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no.
Yep. But let's talk about Gray. The song. Is there anything you want to add around this?
Yeah, Gray is another one of like I basically wrote like a big batch of the record at the same time, like in like a 3-week period, in like February of last year when I was basically secluded over there in my desk, didn't talk to like my family or anybody, and I was like just eating like cereal and just like writing all these songs.
What kind of cereal? What do you...
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh yeah,
it's right there.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was.
Oh yeah, it's a big demand.
Yeah.
So I was, so like I think I wrote Gray, Lose Your Mind, Kind of Myself, Look What You've Done, like all those within like a 3-week span. It was just like a roll. I feel like I really got into like a muse. So Gray's like, a lot of times I'll say it's like the Calloway Circus song. Like it's a very good representation of our sound.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's kind of menacing in some parts, and then also it's kind of sweet, and it's got like heavy stuff, it's got hip hop, it's got kind of everything.
Sure.
It's a little bluesy in some parts, like it's weird, so I really like that song a lot. But the whole song, the whole record, it's called Entropy, and entropy is like, like this principle, this law or whatever, that everything in the universe will become chaotic at some point, like it's just a fact. And like a line in that song is like blame it on entropy, which is like, some things might not work out or whatever, whatever your problem is, whatever the chaos in your life is, like you can blame it on that, but at the end of the day it like you're responsible for it. So that song was the perfect single for the record. It really like brought everything together, and that's why we put that one out last.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that song. I'm really psyched we did a video for it.
Besides bringing Tyler in on this project, what do you think's like the biggest difference between Teenage Psychopath and Entropy?
I think Entropy's much more mature.
Yeah.
Heavier.
It's heavier. That's for.
Sick.
I don't like it's when I say it's heavier, people are gonna be like, oh, I don't want to listen to it now because it's a rock album. Because it's heavier, but it's also more pop than like anything we've ever done too.
There's definitely a lot of pop still.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's kind of just like everything like turned up to 11.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I don't know. I feel like Teenage Psychopath, I was a little bit more ignorant. Like I didn't really know how I wanted to say things that I wanted to say. I felt like I've become more articulate as I've become an adult. You know,
you're young, young, and that's okay. You're allowed. You're like
allowed to make mistakes.
You're still trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
So
so
I'm still trying to figure out who I am.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like this album's definitely more like, hey, I'm an adult. Like this isn't like just some kid band. This is like for real. This is the thing. And, another big difference is, like, I had a whole team for this record. I had a graphic designer, I had producers, I had Tyler. No, but, like, yeah, this guy over here. I don't know him. But, yeah, it was, like, I feel like this record was much more, like, well-managed. I felt like I was a lot less stressed, because the last record I did a lot by myself, and I felt like that kind of made the record worse because like I was just so stretched so thin.
Yeah. You as far as like now performing this live, this record, there's definitely a lot going on in these songs. There's like I'm guessing you guys took some time getting all the live show down and stuff now.
Still doing it. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely been interesting to see these songs come to life, because I feel like more on Teenage Psychopath I thought of it as like more live songs, and I feel like I was just focusing so much on the song itself for all the songs on Entropy. I felt like I was very much like I don't care if I can't play this part, like it needs it,
Yeah.
It's still just you two on?
Still just us two.
Live and stuff?
Yeah. We toyed with the idea of adding another guy. Like, we were like very serious about it for a minute, and it was just one of those things, like, we work so well together, and there's really no reason to bring anyone else in.
Working out with anybody else anyway.
Yeah, so we work so well together, and people have kind of gravitated towards the duo thing already, and be kind of weird to kind of just be like, never mind.
Well, that's just because you obviously like Black Keys was a pretty iconic duo, but even on their live show they bring in some extra players for for big shows and stuff and tour and things. So, still it could be the root, the two of you, but have some extra players and So
I mean, it's the thing. We've always had tracks, so it's one of those things. Like I don't mind having tracks. Like we've always had tracks.
Sure.
So I feel like whenever people say tracks, it's like no, but it's like that's part of our band. Like it's part of the live show.
Yeah. I mean, I think any pop really there's
you have to have tracks.
There's a lot of that stuff is just hard to duplicate live unless you have 10 guys on stage or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So many layers. It's not like them. Yeah. So I mean, like most bands use tracks, and it's for stuff that they don't even really need tracks for. So we need the tracks. There's two of us.
Sure. Well, that I'm pumped to see you guys live again. I'm pumped for this new record and get this all out there again. April 12th. Snag some tickets today and come party with your boys.
Yeah, come party with the boys. We're
The boys.
we're gonna have a great time, and it's definitely gonna be like a really important night for us. I feel like so.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I think like I was saying, this is definitely a big moment kicking off the year for you guys. For musically and stuff. Get this record out and then hit. Like I said, hopefully we're getting out there on tour and getting to hopefully be a start of a big 2019 for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Like I mean, we've kind of worked in the shadows for this record. Because we could, because I had that opportunity. Because Alec left, kind of gave me an opportunity to kind of just go away for a minute. So it definitely feels good to be back in full swing,
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular looking forward? Is something we really want to do or a goal for the year? Is there?
We've, the goal for always has been we want a deal, we want to sign somewhere, and we've already gotten some offers this year, so it's definitely the goal this year is to figure that out.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that, and the goal is to be able to tour all the time, and the ultimate goal is make money off of the dream. But I would be satisfied touring every night for no money, but that's not how the world works. So.
Yeah, it's. I mentioned a little earlier about school and stuff. Are you? What are you studying in school? Are you trying to do music stuff? Or
I'm an audio production major at school, at Webster University. That's all I'll say about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think because I think obviously performing, but I think even having some kind of hand in it, like you're saying, working in audio and you mentioned Evan moving into a producer role and stuff, getting to help other people do it and stuff too.
Yeah, I've definitely learned stuff. I'm definitely appreciative of it.
Sure,
but not cut out for school.
So I was going to the community college for a minute, and then I was working my day job. And then I was trying to go to school at night, and then that wasn't working. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go work at night. And I was falling asleep in class all the time.
You're that guy.
Yeah. And I was
me.
like, this is not working. I'm wasting money. And then so I was like, all right, I'm going to go get a night job and then go school during the day. And I was 14 years ago. And I haven't been back. I was like, man, I don't know. I was never great at school and never a great student. And it's it's just, I don't know. It's hard for me. And I'm not, if I'm passionate about it, there's stuff if it was like I said, if I could focus on certain things, but a lot of that stuff I just didn't really care about.
You can't get into it if you're not,
No. So it wasn't for me. And
I'm surprised I graduated high school.
So. I barely squeaked by.
You did?
Well, I did. I guess, I did.
I barely squeaked by, and I think mostly my teachers passed me because they didn't want to. They liked me enough; they didn't want to see me have to come back and repeat. And they were just gave me a D or whatever, just enough to where I would, graduate.
Pass you to the next teacher.
Because I wasn't a bad kid or I just didn't care. I was more I was involved with I was school newspaper and sports and FBLA and all whatever. There was a lot of things I was involved in. But sitting in math class or history or whatever,
I didn't even take math my senior year. Just didn't do it.
Right. So But I think, like I said, I think it'd be fun to, even to learn all this. Because I'm at that point now where, like, I think about some of the stuff that I would like to move into doing more something with this. I don't know, something in music. But a lot of it, still requires, knowledge of some sort, and I guess some of it I can get on my own, but sometimes you need that college course or whatever it is and stuff. So, there's definitely still plenty of room for growth in the education and stuff.
Yeah, I think, it's one of those things, like, I feel like I could probably do school at a different time, but, like, where I'm at right now mentally, it's just not, like, what I want to do. But, it's one of those things, like, I chose to go there, and, I'm not going to just, like, give up. But, like, if, like, a deal came around or something to where I didn't have to do it.
Sure.
It would be nice.
It's a pretty easy decision. Yeah, it's the preferred situation.
So if you're listening, record companies.
Yeah, slide homies some cash.
Right.
Yeah.
Some cat.
Yeah, man. But I'm excited for you guys. Like I said,
Thanks,
I'm
man.
glad you guys are back, and we got all this happening. It's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah,
So,
I think so too.
yeah. So again, get involved. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Click subscribe. Keep an eye out for that video.
Check us out on everything. We're
Yeah.
fun.
Calloway Circus.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys doing this, man. It's been
Thanks, man. Yeah.
a lot of fun catching up. And I'll see you all April 12th.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.